Hey guys, I'm Nina Zato, Sidewalker Daily, and in today's video, I want to talk about how to be an influencer in 2023. The last time I made this video was about 3 years ago in 2020, and so much has changed. So I figured this video needed a revamp and we needed to share some new information. If you're new to this channel, we love talking about all things creator economy, influencer marketing. I feel like we're one of the OGs in the influencer marketing space. We've been really discussing this topic at length for several years on this channel. So what I want to do today is kind of give you guys some new strategies that you can start to implement right away. Before I dive in, make sure you hit subscribe to this channel so you can be kept up to date on all things influencer, social media, etc. So let's start with the definition. If you go on Merriam-Webster, they're going to say influencer is one who exerts influence, a person who inspires or guides the actions of others. Often a person who's able to generate interest in something, such as a product, by posting about it on social media. But as I'm sure you guys know, the definition is way deeper. Here at Sidewalker, we like to think of being an influencer as someone who has the ability to drive others into action. It's literally just that. Do you have the ability to have someone else act, right? So what is an action? It could be a swipe up, it could be a click, it could be a purchase. That's really what it comes down to. And what's so interesting about where we're going as the whole influencer economy is really rolling out is that now like normal people are influencers. It's no longer just people who are posting photos or content on social. We're seeing influencers in so many different niches. Take us, for example. We talk about influencer marketing and social media and entrepreneurship. And I guess we would be kind of considered business influencers now, right? Brands come to us to access our audience of over 100,000 creators. So take note, this idea of being an influencer is having access to an audience, to a community of people. Doesn't matter how big it is. You could have millions of people follow you. If no one's pressing click or like or buy or sharing your content, there's no action around it, then it begs the question, do you really have influence? When I think about being an influencer, I think about eyeballs, impressions, views. It's almost like the influencers are the media. They are the ones that have magazine circulations, right? They're the ones that are able to get the word out on the street versus a content creator, someone who creates content. Now, while an influencer can be a content creator, for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to stick to like very much influencer-esque and talk about what that means. So the key thing to remember with like the influencer space, if you're saying I'm an influencer, you're literally saying two things. You're saying I can drive others into action. I feel good about making that claim. And I have an audience of people. I have a community. I have people who listen to me on a certain subject and they trust me, they listen to me, they like me, especially when you think about it as someone who maybe like goes and approaches a brand. Because as you guys know, that's what we love to talk about here on this channel. If an influencer goes to a brand, they're basically saying, hey brand, I got your human, I got your people. You want to access them? You got to come through me. So that's really where we start off, like, what is an influencer? And there's obviously different levels, different buckets. This is stuff marketers do just to like kind of categorize people. They'll be like, okay, nano influencers. They're influencers with less than, 1,000 followers, or micro influencers. They're influencers with less than 10,000 followers. And people just kind of set these parameters, right? At the end of the day, I have seen creators with 2,000 followers have way more influence than a creator with maybe 50,000 followers, right? Influence is not always derived based on the number. It's really derived about like what that creator feels like they can generate. Like here at Sidewalker, we have, maybe 26,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, but I feel really, really confident about the people that come to my channel. I feel like there are diehards and we feel confident when we go to our brand partners, the select few that we do decide to endorse here, that we're able to really move the needle for them in their business. So my biggest piece of advice for anyone that's thinking about trying to get into this influencer space, I'm gonna give you in this video a few steps to take, but before we even get into the steps, ask yourself, do you have influence? You can literally test it. You can post on Instagram a poll, see if people respond. Post a link for an affiliate page on your Amazon, see if people click and buy it. Take a look at your data, the insights, look and see if you really feel that you have that trusted connection with your audience, and that's gonna help you really decide truly if this is something that you should be further pursuing. Now, the data is there. Adobe just released a report earlier this year, a creator report talking about influencers. I believe over 14% of creators in the US are influencers. Influencers are making the top income bracket, close to over $160,000 a year when you're talking about full-time income. So there is a lot of money to be made in this space, and I think it's primarily because of all the creator monetization tools that are coming to surface. So as a creator, and if you're watching this video thinking, okay, I want to get into this influence thing, one of the things I start off is saying, okay, well, how do you plan to monetize? What are the different monetization streams that you may want to get involved in? Are you going to push hard on affiliates? Are you going to push hard, maybe make your own course, teach a skill set? Do you want to work with brands? What is it like? How do you plan to truly monetize this? Most of the times, and I think the most financially rewarding way that influencers are doing this is by working with brands. They are going to brands and they are selling them content, they're selling them influence, and they're pitching to brands, right? So if that's something of interest to you, you want to learn more how to pitch to brands, check out our training on how to work with brands, how to land paid brand deals. We host them monthly, they're live, they're amazing. So I will include a link below so if you want to join us for the next one. Now, you've heard me say on and on, like being an influencer is about having influence. So I think the biggest piece of advice is focus on that. Focus on that die-hard community. Like I would literally even say, close your eyes and who are you even creating content for? I know a lot of times creators are like, well, it's for me. It's me expressing myself. But who do you want to serve? What's the value that you want to create? These are things that I would definitely keep in mind as you are creating your content and as you're building out like your influencer business. Think about who this human is, who's this person. You know, creators that have die-hard communities, like those really, that strong, loyal fan base, again, not a numbers thing, it's a loyalty thing. I think are creators who have, obviously put themselves out there, that are relatable, that are really consistent in their content strategy, but most of all, provide value. Like person on the internet stumbles across your page, are they gonna hit follow? Are they gonna wanna follow along this journey? And if yes, why? Ask yourself, why would someone wanna follow along this journey? What's the value that I'm gonna be bringing to their lives? I think that's a really good place to start outside of figuring out your monetization strategy and how you plan to monetize. Now, I couldn't say build a diehard community without telling you to pick a niche. And I know creators get really mad over this. They're like, I don't want to. I want to talk about everything. I love everything. Well, I want to talk about everything too, right? What's really great about having a solid niche, it's all about clarity. It actually helps you say no to certain opportunities, no to different content ideas that you may or may not want to do. Like for example, here on the Sidewalker Daily channel, you're not going to see recipes. You're not going to see baby product reviews. You're not going to see marriage advice. Like you're not going to see any of that. You're going to just see, entrepreneurship, social media, creator, influencer, brand deals, right? So you kind of don't have to stick in like a very tight niche, but almost just like a space where everything kind of correlates. I think that is when it's really done well. And just to give you an example, to help you guys when you are figuring out this niche, think about it as like a microphone. What is going through the microphone? Like the niche being the microphone. So for example, if I wanted to talk about a beauty product, I could, even though it's a stretch for my niche, I could, but I'm gonna do it through the microphone of entrepreneurship. So I'm gonna be like, as an entrepreneur who's like busy, I need like quick, fast makeup that's gonna last me all day. Whereas maybe a beauty blogger or someone else is gonna talk about it in a totally different way. Or a sustainability blogger is gonna talk about like the eco-friendly vegan ingredients. So the point I'm trying to get at is you're not pigeonholing yourself when you're choosing a niche. You're just deciding what it all comes back to. And I think it's gonna help you in making it clear for you what value you do want to deliver. So definitely pick a niche, pick out some content pillars, pick out some keywords that you kind of want to hover within and be known for. And a really good way to think of it, and someone in our creator community actually said this the other day, she was like, if you were invited on Good Morning America, what are they bringing you up for? What are they gonna say? Nina, I know Nina Zeta, influencer marketing expert. That's gonna be my title, right? So as an influencer creator, if Good Morning America was gonna bring you on as a brand, what is it that you're gonna be brought up for? And I think that was a really nice way to think about it. Now, as someone who wants to get into influencing, we talked about building a niche and kind of building out content topics that relate back to that niche, being really clear with your content strategy. I know here at Sidewalker, we literally just have an Excel document or Google Sheets that has like all the topics we just wanna talk about that are in our niche that we think are value-based. So that could be a good place for you to start as well. But you're gonna have to figure out, where are you showing up? So this is the next step. You have to select the platforms you want to be on. There's a lot to choose from, right? There's literally like everything, like Pinterest and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and there's shorts on YouTube Shorts, and there's podcasts, and there's blog, and there's newsletter. There's a lot, is what I'm trying to say. So when you're getting started and you're really just starting off, pick two. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't have multiple pages. Make it easy for you to show up. Make it easy for you to be consistent, which is another big tip that we'll be sharing. But when you select a platform, think about what is it that you can do, and then you can add on. So I'll give you an example. We started off with long form. The reason we chose long form content here on YouTube was because it's authoritative. It was something that we could transfer to our podcast, and it's just like long form content. We liked it. It was easier for me to produce. Once we got good at our YouTube, we were able to add things on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Reels. So I'm not telling you can't do it all. I'm just saying start with one, build some muscle, build consistency, build systems, and then add on the other platform that you want to be on. Now, when I do think in terms of picking long form versus short form, obviously people love short form. They're like, it's the future, it's great. I also love long form. I think it depends on the type of content you're wanting to make. Like if you're doing entertainment or inspirational content, that could be probably expressed in short form. If you're trying to be like educational and authoritative, I would say consider long form. Now, you heard me mention my next tip briefly, but it's this concept of consistency. You'll hear it everywhere, but it's honestly literally the only thing I can stand by here at Sidewalker. I know how hard it is to want to show up all the time. It's super exhausting, but if you want to be an influencer, you need to show up consistently for your audience. No ifs, ands, or buts. You have to make goals for yourself in order to help you meet them. Yes, there's a bunch of different hacks. You can batch your content, plan it out in advance, do what you got to do, but you got to be consistent, because consistency is the only cheat code. It is really the only way. Like all the TikTokers I work with will be like, post on TikTok every day for 30 days. All the Reels people, post every day on Reels. YouTubers will tell you the same thing. What they're all telling you is just be consistent. You don't have to do it all, but be consistent in what you choose to do. And if it's hard for you to show up every day, do what I do, which is batch in advance. Like film stuff in advance, edit them when you're in the energy to edit, and then drip them so that you get ahead of yourself, so that you are creating ahead. That's a big piece of advice for anyone that's looking to jump into being an influencer in 2023. Now, influencers know the importance of their analytics. Once you have your content created that you are getting organized with, maybe a keyword approach, then you dive into, really being consistent on a day-to-day basis or whatever it is that you decide. This is where the analytics come in. Remember, being an influencer is about the data. It's about being able to go into your analytics and looking at, a monthly perspective. Is your content shareable? Is your content resonating well? What's the engagement on it? How many times is it being saved? I mean, these are all really important metrics to look at, because again, when you do decide to go to brands and you do decide to pitch, you want to be able to lean onto your analytics. Analytics will also help you with content choices. All influencers know they got to go in there and say, hey, what did really well? Do more of that, right? It helps you make decisions in your business. So don't underestimate the importance of going into your analytics. Now, it is not too late to become an influencer. The trend is going upwards. There's time for everybody. We're seeing a big boost in YouTube Shorts right now, TikTok, Instagram. The biggest thing that gives me hope for this economy and for this space is all the things the big tech giants like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all of it, Meta, are doing to support creators. To me, that's the biggest sign that nothing's going away. Think about all these creator funds and the Pinterest creator fund and the creator marketplace and all the creator tools. Like I had a girl the other day, she was doing an Instagram live. She was like, oh my God, I made like money from the stars and badges and all the things that people are now buying from a creator monetization standpoint. So this is major. This is major because if you are looking to be a creator or an influencer, you're going to be supported by the tech spaces, like the tech giants. They want you to create content on their platform. Now, I will end with this. If you made it this far, you're the You guys are the smart ones because this is probably the best tip. If you want to be an influencer in 2023 and beyond, is treating yourself like a business. I say this all the time, the importance of being prepared, having materials. Like, it's like if you were applying for a job, you would have a resume, right? So as an influencer, you need a media kit. You probably need a portfolio. Heck, you even may need a case study, right? You need to have materials to help you sell, to help you get clients. You see, the more advanced influencers know that it's not about working with a brand on a one-off and just getting like a couple $100s a video. The goal is to work with brands repeatedly or have bigger partnerships that are bigger paying partnerships, you know, that are more package based or more bundles, you know, sending out proposals, right? So as a creator or influencer, you're looking to do this, you need those materials. You need your media kit, portfolio, proposal, case study, all that good stuff. You need those documents to sell to your brand clients, to be ready to make business. It's like going to the pizza shop. You know, you need a menu. You need the materials. Well, influencers, as treating themselves as a business, they need those materials too. Now, if you want to access all our materials, we have tons of media kits that we can share with you, proposals, all the goodies. If you need to look inside, check out our Pitching to Brands Master course. I'll also leave a link to that below. It is our signature course here at Sidewalker Daily. It's transformed the lives of hundreds and hundreds of creators. Anyone who walks through that door is beyond shocked at the value that we give to you guys to help you get those paid brand deals. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Let me know what you guys think of today's video. I am excited to hear from you. As always, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.